Welcome back to Alan's Allotment. It's April the 7th and it's Friday, Good Friday. It's 10 a.m. Been up here about an hour. I just had to check in the polytunnel last night because we got a frost of minus Baltic last night. So I thought I'd better go and check the tomatoes, especially luckily I had them in a propagator with the top closed off, and they're okay. They're okay. So yeah, and of course the polytunnel's up in a lovely temperature now because the sun is shining today, and it's quickly getting warm in there. So I've got all the vents closed on the propagators till they get up to temperature a bit, and then I'll open them up again. Anyways, I'm just going to have this cup of coffee, and today I'm going to be doing some. I think I'm going to start grafting the fruit trees. I certainly want the golden delicious grafted onto those well-established 10-year-old trees because I didn't care much for the apples off those. However, I am going to leave them with one branch of their own, so it'll be a duo basically, but I am going to get some golden delicious grafted onto those as well. So whenever this cup of coffee, we'll set the camera up and I'll show you me doing a bit of grafting. Right, I've set up on the outside now, and here I have a 10-year-old apple tree. It's dwarf, and I mean it really is dwarf in 10 years. Alright, I've cut a little bit off the top of it, but yeah, it's been moved more times than enough, but this is its final resting place. And I've just cut a scion off the golden delicious. I have to work pretty quick, and you see the thickness of this scion. It is starting to bud, as is this tree, so we know it's alive. And what I want to try and do is find something around a very, very similar diameter. Try and find something somewhere near the same diameter, which is going to be about here, I think. And all I'm going to do is make a straight cut right through and take this one off. And we're going to put this golden delicious onto this branch that we know is alive because it was starting to bud. Here we go. Right, I'm going to trim this back a little bit because it's just a tiny bit too thick. And that now more or less matches the diameter of this. And what I'm going to do is just come up with a nice straight cut like this, till we get a nice sharp point on there. And then likewise make sure you got your scion the right way around so the buds are facing up. And we're going to try and match that with this. Sorry guys, I wasn't even in the camera there. And what I want to do is I want to whittle this down as straight as I can when I've finished. It doesn't matter if you take too much off initially. And I want to just try and shape this similarly to that. You want to get this surface here as smooth and level as you possibly can. And now I have a roll of parafilm. And what I'm going to do is match this up here. Yes, you can put a whip and tongue in this, and basically actually that's protruding just a little too far. Right, okay. Another slight adjustment. There we go. That's got it. If you make a mistake the first time, guys, just persevere. until you get it matched up. There we go. That'll do. Right, now I have the parafilm, and I'm going to join these two together. Now I want this to be nice and tight, so take yourself a length off. Don't take too long a length, just snap yourself a piece off and then start your binding. Now what you want you to do, if you can, is actually get the cambium layers. You can actually put this with a slight twist in it. You can actually put this with a slight twist in it, so that the cambium layers cross, so you know you've got a point of contact somewhere along the line. So you want to try and line this up the best that you can. This grafting scion is just a little bit longer, a little bit thicker, sorry, than the branch that I'm grafting to. And in an ideal world you would have them the same size. However, it's not the end of the world. As long as you get the cambium layers somewhere near and a crossing point on the two, you should be able to get this to take. Now, a lot of people do these when the trees are completely dormant, but you can do it when they're starting to bud, because the sap is flowing, and you've, in my opinion, I think you've probably got more chance of them taking, but we're going to find out. And you want to be able to do this with it, so if a bird lands on there, it's not going to snap off, basically. You want a good union. And now what I'm going to do now, just to give more tension on that, is to put some, I've seen this tip on a YouTube video. I'm now going to wrap this with some electrical tape, sticky side out, or now that it's got this on, you can actually put it sticky side down, but leave yourself a little tail so you can unwind it when you come to remove this. Once we see these buds opening out and taking, we'll know that we should have a good graft. Warning, to be very careful when you're using Stanley knives. I wasn't, I slipped and I made a right old mess. It was quite an open wound, so we've patched myself up and we're going to crack on. Right, I thought, what the hell, let's go and do it now. So this one is pretty much finished from a grafting perspective for now, unless these don't take, of course. So we've got a cherry, which we need some black tape on this one here. Then we've got a plum. The tree itself is apricot. Then we've got two different types of peach. One off the dwarf peach and one off the full-size peach. Sorry, that's off the dwarf peach, that's off the full-size peach, and I've put those two out the back because I've got plenty of room to go if they want to, if they do actually get established. So this particular tree now, if these grafts work, is a apricot, cherry, plum and two varieties of peach. So all we do now is wait and see what happens. What we've done now is basically we've put some brown paper bags over the, I've cut most of the leaf off the grafts, wrapped some brown paper bag round the unions just to shade them a bit from the sun, plastic bag over the top and taped it all down. There's two grafts inside that one bag there actually, to see if we can keep the moisture in there. And we've done likewise with this one, brown paper to protect them initially from the glare and the sun and the frost if we get any, and then the plastic bags to try and hold the moisture in there. And you can see the moisture is also already starting to build up in these bags. Right, I've now brought out the early potatoes that's in pots that's been in this polytunnel. It's the Pentland Javelin. There's 8 pots, 2, 4, 6, yep, 8 pots. lined up here where I had them last year, and you can see there's quite a bit off the surface, and I'm going to fill that top 4 inches or so with barley straw that I got from the farm. 1 as a mulch, and 2 as an insulating layer in case we get any frosts, and then I'm going to water it down. There we have it, another jobbed, all filled up with straw, and then I just watered it in to keep it down, stop the wind blowing it off, and put the labels back in the buckets. Pentland Javelin, 8 buckets, ready to go. It's been an absolute beautiful day today. It's 3:45 in the evening, and I've enjoyed just pottering around doing a bit of gardening. I've had fun grafting the trees, even though I've given myself quite a wound. Don't be an Allen and slash your hands. Wear gloves and take your time. Right, so I've got the trees grafted. Now it's just a waiting game now to see if any of the grafts have worked. To be honest, if I get 50% of the grafts to work, I'll be happy. Anything more than that's a bonus. If they don't work, well, I've done something wrong, clearly. Including slashing my hand. Right, hope you've enjoyed today's little video. Thanks for popping along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. As always, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for all your likes, dislikes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, donations, and just for following along. Stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.